Anybody got anything to tell me? Okay. Is it just the one? She was nesting about a bit last night, so I kind of anticipated coming in and finding. I was hoping for two, but I'll settle for one. Good sized lamb. She's not a terribly large ewe. Yeah. Okay. Just the one then. Well, one live one is better than alternatives. Morning world. Welcome to Friday 15th of April. It's actually a bank holiday Friday for us, so no tree team in today. It's the Easter weekend, so no tree team in today, and there's no tree team in on Monday. 4 days off for them, not so much for me. Today, I've got a different day today. This morning I'm going over to my friend Mr. Cornock's. He's releasing his cattle today, and he asked if I could go over with the drone and take some drone footage of when we let the cattle out, which of course I'm happy to do that for him, especially as he's braving me with a bacon sandwich. And then this afternoon, 2 o'clock-ish, I'm going up to the Swan Hotel in Wotton to see the chef up there, and we're going to be doing something with some of our Dexter beef. I don't know what. I think there was possibly going to be steak, burger, as in making burgers or eat, well, whatever. We're gonna produce and eat and whatever, some stuff that we grew here. So yeah, different day today. The land drainage that I started out here, I've got a pretty good start on it. We've got the first section down to the footpath in the ground. That's in the ground. I've backfilled most of it. We've got great big, like giant moles out there right now. That's going to settle over a period, so I'm just going to let that settle down for a while. There's a reasonable chance that the cattle are going to get let out way before I get a chance to put grass seed on this. I might have to forfeit grass seed in this particular area until, well, late summer, early autumn. Last night we had one lamb. She started messing around at about 11 o'clock last night, and she had her lamb about 1 o'clock in the morning. She only had one. It was only one this time. But once the lamb was out and she was talking to it and it was breathing, I was quite happy to come in. So all I've got to know is go in and fish around and find the placenta, clean that up, and then I'm going to give these guys a bail, make sure everybody else is happy, let the birds out, by which time it's going to be time to go to Tidderington. Everybody is happy. So they're all happy. I'm happy. Okay, right. I'm going to let Abby sort mum and lamb out. After all, it is her job. All the delicate operation part of that job is done. So yeah, she can sort her out. They're done. Poultry, cup of tea. Off we go. Okay, it is 9:15. I'm appointed to be over at the Funky Farmers for 9 o'clock, so we'll be about on time, I should think, traffic allowing, and we'll go and witness the release of some cattle. No, you've got to stay in here. Okay? You've got to stay in here. And you're still a stinker. So, we got a small crowd here this morning. Come to Daddy.
Yeah, that'll make it easy to do there. Yes, Right, it's the 15th of April. Right, let's go! Come on in!
Gonna get some hustle till done. Next day doing encore. Next day doing encore. They always trying to hold us down. Can't silence what you sound. Don't realize we can't be bound. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Woo! To the heights and we can't be tamed. To be fair, could you really blame us? So obvious why we famous. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Gonna rise up, gonna get going. Take this day by storm. Gonna wake up in a new light. Next day do some more. Damn, wake up in the morning and we're good to go. Gonna get some hustle till done. Next day doing encore. Next day doing encore. You know we're gonna get where we're going. All we gotta do is keep rolling. Next day doing encore. You know we're gonna get where we're going. All we gotta do is keep rolling. Wake up, morning, morning, here we rise. Miles ahead, it's no surprise. They can tell us that we basic haters, always trying to chase this. Mirror, mirror on the wall, you can see we got it all. Oh, this shit is legendary. You and me, we necessary. They always trying to hold us down. And silence is what you sound. Don't realize we can't be bound. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
That's it. I've flown me drone. I've given him the SD card. I've eaten his bacon. They're going to go back and eat some more bacon. We've had to just shove cars around because the milk tanker arrived. And now I'm going home. Cheers! What? Every time, innit? Every time you get in here from coming to our dad's, you make that racket. What do you think you're going to get? After what you ate yesterday, and I can still smell it on you, you stinker, you don't deserve it. Little munter. So, the clay spade on the Doosan is half the width of the 12-inch bucket I dug most of the trench with. Half the width, but it's taking twice as long to go the same distance. I think it's just because it just gets stuck on the side, but I decided to use the clay spade for this next section mainly because well, conserving stone really, I suppose. But there you go. We got This is what we call a herringbone. So you've got the main, for those of you who don't understand, the main trench going down from the middle of the field would be, if you're thinking of a herring, the spine of the fish. And then we're going to put 3 herringbones, which you can think of as like ribs, coming off at an angle to feed down into the main drain. So I can actually drain 3, well there's going to be 4, I've already put 1 at the top there. There's 3 wet spots in this field. So I'm going to pull the clay spade through the wet spots. You can already see that I only dug this an hour ago and it's already filling up with water. We've not had any rain for a week. And this is basically to drain the wet spots on the farm down into the main drain and away down into the ditch. So yeah, 1 to go there. 1's going to come not far away actually. It's going to come out. You can see where I've mown the patch up through there. There's a wet patch goes up to that gate, and there's a 3rd one roughly where that roll of pipe is going to come up to just below the ridge there. In fact, I might break through the ridge because we get wets up there as well, to catch that as well. If it all works as intended, the field, the farm, this land will be a lot drier come winter. Right. Well, I'm going to get back on the digger in a minute, but this lot are trying to tell me something, and I think they're hungry. That bale I put in yesterday is almost gone, so we'll do that first. Trench can wait, cattle won't. Yeah, in fairness, there wasn't much left in there. I think the day is trying to tell me something. It's trying to tell me that maybe today's finished and I ain't going to get much more done. So it's 8:10. Days are getting longer, which means hours are getting longer. I'm not complaining. I like working. This is my kind of favourite time of day to actually be out doing stuff, because at this time of day no one bothers me. We get no one coming in for wood chip or want to talk to me or anything like that. Not that I mind, but it's nice when I get stuck into something. I can really get stuck in. So I did think about doing a bit more of the trench, but do you know what, I changed my mind. I started backfilling it, so that'll all have to be squeezed in just yet. So trench is dug. I got a bit of stone in the bottom because I actually got a bit deep in a couple of places there, so I had to use some of the stone just to level the dips out. No point in having dips in the pipe because it just holds silt and the pipe blocks up. It has to run. So yeah, so I had to make up the bottom of the trench in a couple of places where I got a bit carried away. So pipes started going in. We got another about 4 inches of stone over the top of the pipe. We're not going to be able to do all of the pipe like that because I haven't got enough stone. So I think what we're going to do is, after this is kind of because I made up with got carried away. I'll come up a little bit and I'm going to spot the pipe. So instead of stirring the pipe all the way up, I'm going to put every 6 foot, I'm going to put some in there, which means there will be gaps in it, but I think in every 6 feet there will be 6 feet of stone, then a gap, 6 feet of stone, then a gap. I still reckon that's going to pick up a lot of this groundwater. Not as good as if I did it all, but the machine is actually sat right on top of a wet spot for a minute. This is one of the bits I'm pulling through I want to get drained. In fact, you can see, maybe you can't, there's an indentation there of an old land drain I put in years ago to take water from up on the garden. I'm kind of going to come parallel with that and slightly uphill of it with the new pipe, because that pipe has got no stone in it at all. I didn't find it down there. I thought I might, but I didn't. So I don't know if this one actually terminated and went on down a different angle. It's a long time, it was 30 years since I put that in there. So yeah, so that piece of pipe there is going to go up more or less to the hedge, and then I've got another one rolled out down there which isn't quite long enough, which is going to come up just over that rise, and there's one more to come in between on that mode patch, which I want to pick up this wet spot here. So we got a soft spot there, which is always a nuisance. So that's the idea, is this line here is going to come up, and this is where we're using, because this is the wettest bit, this is where I'm going to be using most of the stone. I'll be more generous with the stone in this middle pipe than the other two. So right, that's it. That's, well, Easter Friday done, first day of the holiday is done. Tomorrow is back to work normal, Saturday. We'll see you then. Have a nice evening.